And welcome to this edition of the Native News Update on this Wednesday, February 2nd. I'm your host for today's program, Paul DeMain. Many of the stories read here can also be found at our website at IndianCountryNews.com, and here are some of the news stories from the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. A suspected member of the Nazi lowriders and his wife have been charged with using counterfeit money at the San Manuel Indian Bingo and Casino in Highland. The State Department of Justice said last week that casino staff suspected Donald Thrash of Ontario and his wife Carrie were gambling with counterfeit bills in December and called police. Special Agent Dave Valpando says agents did search Thrash's home in Ontario and found more than $1,000 in $5 bills that were washed and reprinted to look like $100 bills. They also found drugs and evidence that he belonged to a white supremacist street gang as well. Environmentalists and American Indians are challenging plans for a wind energy park near Great Basin National Park in Nevada. The civil lawsuit filed recently in U.S. District Court in Las Vegas accuses the Federal Bureau of Land Management of ignoring significant and unknown environment and cultural impacts when it gave the go-ahead October 15th last year for the Spring Valley Wind Energy Facility in White Pine County. That's about 275 miles north of Las Vegas. The Las Vegas Review-Journal reports the site is near a cave where migrating Mexican free-tailed bats roost in the fall and near a place where American Indians were massacred during the Goshoot War of 1863. The lawsuit seeks an injunction to stop the project and a court order to comply with the National Environmental Policy Act. Federal money will be used at South Dakota's public universities to increase the retention rate and success rate of Indian students. The Federal Education Department will provide $216,000 for the 6 universities. State officials say it's an expansion of the College Access Challenge grant program that's already used at the state's technical institutes and at tribal colleges and tribal universities. The State Education Department said Indian students make up 1.9% of the student population in state universities and 3.5% of the enrollment in the 4 technical institutions there. For people wondering about the annual WOJB hand drum contest that would have been held on Saturday, February 12th at Le Coudray, Wisconsin, the hand drum contest will not be held, but there is going to be a gathering of local drums, a feast at 4 p.m., and singing and dancing for a midwinter social into the evening on the Le Coudray Reservation at the LCO Convention Center there in Casino. So if you're in the area, stop by on Saturday, February 12th for some singing and dancing. And today we're going to go to IndianCountryTV.com. Correspondent Dale Kakkak on the Menominee Reservation in Kashina. He's going to talk a little bit about a enrollment, hunting, and fishing rights issue that's got gathering steam or is steamy there on the Menominee Reservation, and about an upcoming celebration there at their new convention center. Dale Kakkak, you're talking to the Native News Update from Kashina, Wisconsin, and you want to tell me a little bit about this referendum that a lot of people are hearing about, a referendum that members of the Menominee Nation voted on and would affect hunting and fishing rights. Tell us a little bit about that so the public understands what it's about.
Yeah, okay, Paul. We just had our election for tribal legislature last month. We seated 3 new members, and included in that election was a referendum for tribal voters to decide if they wanted to enact a new ordinance for hunting, fishing, and gathering rights, and to restrict them rights to tribal members only, enrolled tribal members only. And that referendum passed by a vote of 769 to 670 to restrict the hunting, fishing, and gathering rights on the reservation here to enrolled members. So that's going into place right now. Those rights are extended to descendants, spouses of enrolled tribal members, and clergy on the reservation. So yeah, it's real controversial. People are still up in arms about that everywhere, all over the reservation.
Let me ask a couple of questions to clarify. When you say descendancy, is it descendancy in the first or second degree, or was it just descendancy, meaning someone who might be 1/64th rather than quarter blood and not enrolled, but descendant of the Menominee Nation, had access to hunting and fishing rights on the reservation?
Yeah, that's right.
It's just a pure descendancy thing. It wasn't restricted like saying the first degree would be someone born of a member of the tribe. Their descendants in the first degree.
Yeah, it might have been that. I'm not real clear on how far back that went to an 8th Menominee blood or not, but so.
But basically the referendum passed, which says they want it to be restricted only to enrolled tribal members at this time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's the way it's going down.
Okay, and I know that there's discussions about enrollment issues too, but tell me who was seated in this latest election. What is your legislature made up? Do you have those 3 newly elected officials?
Craig Korn, a younger tribal member who is employed at Menominee Tribal Enterprises. He was elected. Myrna Tootie Warrington, current tribal legislature, was voted back in, and there's one other. Let's see. I don't have it at the top of my head.
A new face or an incumbent coming back in?
It's a new one. It's a new face. Chief Orman Waka.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Tell us
good.
a little bit about this welcome powwow that's coming up on February 26th. What do you know about that, and why are you having a powwow that's welcoming?
Oh, the new convention center that was just completed over at the Menominee Casino Resort and Convention Center now has a really beautiful ballroom, and they're holding a welcome powwow in there, celebrating the new convention center. There's meeting rooms there, really beautiful meeting rooms with the latest technology for all the needs you would have when you have your group come here to meet. And they renovated the hotel rooms. I believe they upgraded to like a 3-star hotel status now. So the powwow is February 26th. It starts at 11 a.m. for drum registration, and the first grand entry is at 1 o'clock. There will be food and crafts there. The host drum will be Smoky Town from the reservation. And there's 4 invited drums, I believe, Badger singers from your area up there. Okay. Picture Rock, Lake Delton, and Cumberland are the invited drums. And then they're going to have 4 more spots for any drifters that come along that want to sing 4 drum spots. And they're looking for craft people to come and bring their wares. But yeah, that'll be
You're working on IndianCountryTV.com, seeing if we can't get a crew from up here down there, if I remember right. You're gonna help us tech that a little bit if we can get a crew from ICTV down there, aren't you?
Yeah, I brought that up, and I think it's gonna work out. I hope we can manage that.
Okay, because the last time we did a live stream from on New Year's Day and Eve, we had lots of viewers who watched that whole powwow from beginning to end. There was a lot of viewers in there. We want to do that again, so we'll give people notice a little bit if they have the chance. That's about all the time we have today, Dale. You got anything else quick to tell the people here before we head out?
Well, I hope the viewers will be able to come over to and see the convention center and attend the welcome powwow for our new convention center and see that beautiful ballroom. And if they can't make it, I hope they can tune in on IndianCountryTV.com, and let's try to go over them 30,000 viewer minutes that we got from the New Year's powwow.
Sounds good, Dale. Catch up to you later. Thanks for joining with us today.
Naha, way skiwa.
And that is the latest roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. Me, Gwetch, for showing up. Come back again soon. You're going to tell me a little bit more. You're going to tell me a little bit more about this welcome powwow that's coming up. And if you could sit back a little bit, then we won't be able to look inside your nose. Excuse me, but there you go. There you go.